Hi and good evening, traders. We are on the 9th of March. This is a Wednesday evening, 39 minutes past 8 p.m. And yes, this is a new change. I thought I'll add a little bit of personal involvement to this video. So just got in myself into these daily market views. But that's enough of me. Let's talk about the markets. The Nifty's bounced back pretty well. Congratulations. More than 2%, 354 points in today's trade for the near month Nifty futures. It's not bad because 2 days back we were expecting this kind of a move, though I was of the expectation that it's probably would like to slow down close to that 16,200, but no, it didn't show any such signs. This is the daily chart, which number one shows very clearly that it has given this bounce back. A little bit of volumes have come in there, which is okay, we'll take it. There was a divergence after all. Gone within the channel now, which is a good sign. It's got a pretty decent chunk of resistances coming in from various sources. We'll talk about this levels right now, but I would like to first take a look at the shorter time frame. Let us quickly take a look at the 75-minute time frame. Yes, there we go. Now this gives a little more clarity from the perspective of this short-term move. So we have bounced back in a downtrend. Okay, that's number one. The trend is still down. Momentum has gone overbought. And these kind of readings generally lead to a slowdown. The bounce back, as I was, sharing the fact that I was expecting some kind of a slowdown close to that 16,200. So I can call this extra bit of movement a little bit of exaggeration, too much of a move in today's trade. So what can we expect going forward? Few things which I like from the perspective of the bounce back, and few things which worries me a little bit. Number one, the angle of these moving averages have started to go green, which is the slope of the moving averages are turning. That's at least the first sign of some degree of recovery. The last time this happened, the index didn't have much strength to hang on to itself. So it will be interesting to see if it manages to do that or not. It's extended, it is stretched on the upside, and on the daily weekly charts we did not have strong signs that a bottom has been made, and so this kind of a bounce back should be, as of now, should be considered more of a short-term bounce back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 consecutive bars on the 75-minute time frame which are positive, and they have made a higher low, which means that going forward tomorrow and day after tomorrow, this movement is very likely to slow down. And if we drop a volume profile of this run up, we will notice that volumes have been fairly placed throughout this bounce back. So the point of control comes close to that psychological 16K mark, which is not a surprise. But as it throws itself back, as it slows down, I feel 16,100 to 16K is the zone that you should look for some kind of support. And if the next following move, if it bounces back, then yes, there is high chance and possibility that if it comes down close to this zone and picks it up and takes out this high, then yes, these kind of zones, which is close to that 17K mark, opens up. The possibility is there. That's how markets bounce back, right? The good thing, the large caps participated really well, led by the IT first. We've noticed how Infosys, TCS, HCL Tech, all these stocks led the move. Banks, private sector banks, Bank Nifty was weak, but later on today afternoon, they picked up pretty good. As you can see over here, the sectoral indices, small caps, mid caps are outperforming in this bounce back. Broader markets are doing good. Bank Nifty picked up towards the later half of today's trade. And most of the sectoral indices are positive, barring metal and public sector enterprise. Now, metals, of course, had a great run. They were going up when the overall market was coming down. In fact, YTD, it's up 9% this year so far, which is very rare amongst the sectoral indices. So this is slowing down, and I feel for a short-term trader, for the next 2 days, one might look at stocks like Tata Steel and Hindalco, because these stocks are very likely to give you a bounce back for a short-term long trade only. So taking a look at the CNX metal, we can see very clearly that the index did give a vertical move up, post which it is now going through a short-term correction. It has created an inside bar in today's trade, and it's kind of slowed down. I can see the reading of RSI slowing down close to that 50 level, which all adds up to the fact that it's very likely to give us a short-term bounce back. If the index slows down, the IT, the banks, Reliance, Larsen, these kind of stocks which moved pretty well, once they slow down, you can expect stocks like Tata Steel. And let's take a look at Tata Steel from a slightly shorter perspective, short-term perspective, that is. It's taking a little bit of time. Yes, there you go. So let's take a look at the 75-minute time frame of this stock, and this is exactly what I was looking at, and this is what I was mentioning. Let's drop a volume profile and just let's take a look how did the volumes play out, and we can see some degree of distribution happening. This is not a good sign. And as the stock kind of consolidates in this zone, it doesn't give me signs of, okay, wait. For that, I need to draw this kind of a volume profile. Yes. So this gives me a bit of hope that some bit of volumes are happening here, and the breakout would be around close to that 1280 mark. We can get a move from Tata Steel, Hindalco. I think we will get similar kind of a setup. Yes, a double topish kind of a setup, which is right at the supports, and some movement about that 595. Let's take a look at the volume profile in this fall. And we can see a bit of volumes creeping up here. If I extend this back to this high, then also it gives me a bit of confidence that volumes are happening. If I compare this volume analysis with the leg on the upside, that is this one, so there are signs of distribution. So if these stocks move, I don't think the little bit of volume analysis that we did, if these stocks give a move above this price, as of now, these charts do not suggest that it will have the strength to go all the way up. Maybe a very shallow up move, then a move down, is what this kind of reading from volume profile is suggesting to us. We'll keep a close look at it, but from a very short-term perspective, a very short-term trade for the metal pack, the Hindalcos, the Tata Steel of the world can give you a decent short-term move intraday. But coming back to the Nifty and what to expect further ahead, I think we've picked up the bounce back pretty well. We called the bounce back 2 days back, I think Monday evening. We called the bounce back. Tuesday, Wednesday, it gave the bounce back. I think that's it. I think now interesting and important would be 16,100 and 16K. If it comes down to this zone, and if it halts, and if it gives signs of revival, especially stocks like HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank, State Bank, Reliance, Larsen, the metals, Sun Pharma. If we see the movement that we've noticed in these stocks revive again, then yes, I think we can take a bullish stance next week as well. But as of now, the bullishness with which I created Monday's video, I'm done. I'm not keeping any bullish call right now, but I'll observe and then take a directional call depending how the price plays out. Right? I hope you made good use of this bounce back. Don't forget that the overall scenario is still down. So we will soon, if the market starts to show signs of fresh weakness, then we will very surely soon get signs of short trades as well. So too early to cheer, but good that we picked up the bottom well and played it out decent. Now let's see what's in store for both of us, right? Okay, so take care of yourselves. Trade well and trade wise.